Hi my friends, this is a video that I had some thoughts and inspiration that came to me this morning, so I want to share it with you here. So the video's title is What If Life is Perfect? And it just came very clearly to me that once again, and this is really something I've talked about many times before, that everything really in life is a choice, and the way we think is really the foundation for what we experience. And I could see how we humans have been living with this idea as one of the main foundations for our lives through generations before us, thousands and thousands of years. We've been living with this idea and very, very strong belief that something's wrong. Something's wrong in my life. Something's wrong with me. Something's wrong with the people around me and the whole world around me. Something's wrong, it's not right. And from the day we learn this as little children, and really till the day we die, we are so occupied with this constant, we don't know it, but search for something wrong. And we do all we can to try to remove it, change it, get it to go away. And we spend a lot of time just really being worried about it and very sad about the fact that it's there, because we have this deep-seated truth or belief that it shouldn't be there. It's wrong. And see how much pain we've caused for ourselves and for the world around us, because we were not resourceful, we were very depleted and very worn down by this belief, because we had this idea that if we sort of could solve these problems, finally they would go away, but they never did. Because when one problem left or was solved, another one turned up. And why did it do that? It did that because we believed that something's wrong in this world. Something's wrong in my life. It's not meant to be there. It has to be taken away. Some mistake was made. So we were really all the time creating a life for ourselves where everything seemed very wrong. And as I've said before, really this is a repetition, but it's just a different way of seeing it maybe. We get to a point where we feel we've suffered enough, and as we awaken, we start to see ourselves from the outside, or we start to what's it called? I can't find the word. We can sort of see what's going on in our minds, that our thoughts are not who we are. There's something that we have that has been taught us. It's culture. It's all the people we've lived with and the people before them, thousands and thousands of years of life on this earth. People have been living that way and still are to a large extent. And this takes courage, because the thing is that, as I've mentioned before, we were addicted to pain. We were addicted to pain. It sounds really, really strange, but we actually got a buzz out of all that pain and all that drama, and always looking for mistakes in other people, in ourselves, in what's going on around us and in our lives. It gave us this adrenaline buzz. So we were really addicted to this way of being. And at the same time, we were safe. We felt safe because everybody else was doing it. This was the way of being. And in a way, it gave our lives meaning, or content. And for some people today you meet where you can see you have stepped out of that way of thinking, and you meet them and you listen to all their drama, all that's going on, and they keep talking about it, and if it isn't one thing, it's another thing. If you try to sort of guide them to stop doing that, and to see that it's really a habit, they can get really quite defensive, because they're just not ready. They can, and really what you are, when you're living that way as we used to, or maybe you still are, and you can see now you can soon step out of it. We are in the victim role. We've said goodbye to our power. We don't feel powerful. We feel victimized by life. And we're just always hoping that life won't hit us too hard, because it's all happening out there, and all the things that are wrong, we just hope they won't hit too hard. So we were safe there, and being told that you can actually step away from that, it's really yourself that's holding yourself in that prison, wherever everybody else is. You've got the key in your hand, you can just get out of there. When we're not ready, we can get quite provoked and angry when we're told that. But one day we're ready to see, oh my goodness, I have the key in my hand, I can actually just go and open the door, and a new world is waiting for me. And what I do when I step out of that prison of the idea that something's wrong, I step out into freedom, and I step out into actually not having a belief at all. I can choose to not have a belief at all, but I can also choose to have the belief that everything really is perfect in my life. I'm perfect. My life is perfect, and the whole world around me is perfect. So let's just do a little meditation, or little breathing exercise, if you like. Close your eyes. Just feel your breath going in through your nostrils and into your belly. Try to make it really deep and really slow and soft. See how slow and how soft you can make your breathing through your nostrils and down into your belly. Feel how present you become in your body, in yourself, in your core. Maybe you can already feel this well-being just flowing through you. And now you can choose to either say aloud or say within yourself, my life is perfect. And breathe again. My life is perfect. And one last time. My life is perfect. Just have a feel of how you feel. I feel this warmth and softness all through my body. I feel a relief that I just stepped out of that prison, that very painful place. I feel well-being. I feel safe here. A completely different safety. I feel free. So while you're breathing deeply, let's go to the next sentence. I choose to believe, or I know, I am perfect. And breathe deeply, and slowly and softly. I am perfect. And the last time, I am perfect. And you might feel your ego, the chatterbox, having quite a bit of resistance towards what you're saying right there, because we are so used to not feeling perfect. And just notice it. It's okay. It might be shouting a little bit loud that this is not true. But we are right now just experimenting with this, how this feels, to allow ourselves to feel that whoever we are, whatever is going on in our lives, in our bodies, that we are perfect right here where we are. So the last one, while breathing deeply, is everything is perfect. And just sense how this feels. Breathing, allowing yourself to say this to you. It's just an experiment, you don't have to believe it. We're just playing around. Everything is perfect. And the last time, everything is perfect. And you might like to take a big deep breath and just go, ugh. And sometimes when we do these changes, which are really, really dramatic in our lives, it's good to also just get up and just shake. Just shake your body. I often do that in my sessions where we're working with releasing old emotions. Just get up and just shake your body and just feel how free you are, because you've really shaken off this old belief. It's not in your system anymore. You're just helping every cell to release it. So this is not something we just step into and we never step back, because really we go back and forth for a long time. I know I go back into that prison often, maybe daily, feeling worried about something, feeling that something shouldn't be there. But I know deep down that it's not true. And so this is just a process that we step into when we're ready, knowing that we choose our beliefs. And as we awaken, as we grow, our beliefs become more and more pure, and it becomes the divine beliefs. Or not that God has any beliefs, it just is truths. Our life starts to grow out of truth. Everything that happens, everything we do, say, think, comes out of truth. And that's really our divine self, is truth. It's not something we have to really have to make up, and there's no real beliefs in there. So this is really all about releasing an old way of being, an old way of judging ourselves and the world, and always looking for something that's painful and seeing it as pain, and stepping out and just really letting life be life. And so we can go further and just sort of ask ourselves, well, how can I see life as perfect? This is so strange, because it's not, clearly. Life is not perfect. On this earth, in my own life, in my own body, it's not perfect. But the thing is, this is where we can see this in a new way, that everything that was so-called wrong before is really just a challenge, because life on earth is a school. This is a lesson. Everything that we felt was wrong is really a challenge. It's something that's trying to teach us something. So that's how life can be perfect, that everything that seems wrong, which is not wrong, is there on our way, on our path, to teach us something. And it's something about ourselves. So we can stop. It's such a relief, because we step out of this old way of being and realize that, okay, I'm on this path, I'm in this world, on Mother Earth, I'm on this planet to learn. And what am I here to learn? Well, you're here to learn to really release these old beliefs that I'm talking about right now. This is one belief, and we have many more. And unfortunately, many more that are very negative, that have held us in this very painful place. And so we're here to release all that pain, and to realize which thought patterns we had, and to let them go. And as we do, we actually, we call it growing, but really it's not growing. Really it is becoming more of who we are. So the kingdom of God has always been in us, and we have always been in it. But we have hidden ourselves by all these beliefs, these negative beliefs. We've hidden ourselves from the kingdom of God. So as we grow, we realize, well, I am in the kingdom of God, and the kingdom of God is within me, and there nothing is wrong. It could never ever be wrong, and it will never ever be wrong, because it's divine, it's pure. So it's really, growing is realizing that I have been caught, and now I'm going to set myself free to just be me. And so all the so-called imperfections of me and my life and the world is all learning. It's all lessons for me. And so, as I've mentioned before, as we go on this path, and it takes time, because we go back and forth, but when we can take time, maybe sit with a piece of paper, we can take the first challenge, the first thing, the biggest problem that we beforehand felt was wrong. Take that first and just focus on it. And as we realize this is a lesson, well, okay, well, what is the lesson in this thing that's happening to me? What is this thing trying to tell me? Somebody doesn't love me. They're not kind to me, maybe. And this is a theme I've had up many times, because I've experienced this in my life and still do, and I think we all do. And so what we can do is ask ourselves, well, where am I? In which way am I unkind towards myself? And this is really the core of really most of our problems, is that we have not been kind to ourselves. We have been separate from ourselves. We've run away from ourselves. So for most of us, this is a theme in this life. Understanding in which way am I unkind towards myself? Do I not show myself respect? Maybe it's in my interactions with others. I think of their needs all the time and I forget my own. And that can only work for a certain amount of time. So tending to our own needs, nurturing ourselves like a baby that we deeply love, is when we do this, that problem, that so-called wrong thing in our lives where we experience unkindness from others, it goes away because the lesson is learnt. So it's so wonderful. And the thing is, this is just so powerful. We feel that we're getting our power back because we feel we've left the victim role. We realize nothing's wrong with our lives. Everything that's going on is lessons, and I'm just going to take them. I know that the angels, God, whoever's around me are in no rush. There's no rush. This can take 5 lifetimes to learn this one thing. It doesn't matter, because in God's eyes, there is no time really at all. So there's no rush, and we get occupied. See, so all the energy we used to spend on finding things that are wrong in our lives. Oh my goodness, did you see he did that? She did that. They said that. Why did they do that? All that energy we take back to ourselves and we go on our path and heal ourselves, heal our hearts, cleanse ourselves of all the darkness we were carrying on to. And we get to feel how our true self, which is love, that's all there really is. That's all we are. That true self just arises up into us and takes up more and more of who we are. And so we can go into this world not as better people, greater people than we were before, because we never will be. But we're more in harmony. We feel the freedom. We feel the joy, we feel the peace, we feel the love, we feel our divine selves. So we are really the divine. We realize, and that is the awakening, we realize that I am a part of the divine, this huge body of love. That's who I am. And I came here to feel it, and to know it, and to express it to others. And so then we can be helpers for others who are in the prison still, and just point to their hand where they can see, oh my goodness, I have the key to get out of here. Because we can't, we can try pulling them out of the prison, but it's not going to work, because they have to be ready to see the key. They have to be prepared. And then finally we've all awakened to the fact that there is only love. And life on this planet brings us challenges so that we can experience more of the love that we are. So we're really shedding the old human. We're just shedding it. So it can seem very difficult, but really it is very simple. So, yeah, I don't know if you can use any of this, but this was something I wanted to share. Maybe because we're getting close to Christmas, which is a very, very powerful time when the light was born into this earth. That's one way of putting it. The message of the light, which this video is really all about. It's very powerful at Christmas time. So yeah, so I wish you well right where you are, and may you feel the freedom, may you feel the courage to take new steps in your life, and and sense how you can choose. It's up to you. So yeah, bless you and see you another day. Take care. Bye.